This is a quick video to kind of help you run through or explain how to do the breath test kits that you were sent home to do. You were possibly sent home with anywhere from 1 to 3 breath test kits, so I am going to review all 3 of those kits. First of all, I kind of briefly review some of the day before instructions that you have to follow the day before all 3 kits. Also, the test kits have to be done on a separate day, so you cannot do more than 1 kit per day. So you should have been sent home with this diet sheet. And basically, if you flip it over, you will see a list of foods that you can and you can't have. The goal of this is that we want you to try and stay away from high fiber foods the day before you do each kit. So this is here for you to review. And then also, if you flip it over, this just reminds you that you can only do 1 test kit per day. And also, we want you to have only water for 12 hours before each kit, and you can have only water during the kit itself. These guys will take anywhere from 2 to 3 hours each to do, so it will take a little chunk of time. And depending on your schedule, it is usually easiest to do the test kit first thing in the morning. That way you can sleep through some of that 12-hour period where you can have only water. We also want to make sure that you do not sleep during that testing period, no cat naps, no exercising for 30 minutes before the test or during the test. And if you are a smoker, we ask that you do not smoke for 45 minutes before the kit and also during the test itself. Those activities can all skew the results of the test, so that's the reasoning for that. Below that, you will see a timed example. That is purely just an example. By no means do you have to follow those times exactly as they're listed. And then there are also a few medications that we want to make sure you stay away from. No laxatives, antacids, or fiber supplements the day before the test and during the test. And then also we want to make sure that it's been 10 days from the last dose of an antibiotic before you do the test kit as well. Our contact information is listed on the bottom half of that food list. So if you have any questions about this or anything that I review in this video, feel free to give us a call. So next, we will talk about the sample collection process, and we'll kind of look through the lactose kit here itself. So all 3 kits are basically done the same way. There's just going to be a little variances. So in the test kit, you will see the sample collection mouthpiece. You will have this little booklet that kind of talks specifically about each test kit. And then the sample collection tubes themselves. You will have labels, which you complete, so we know which tube is which. The sugar packet, which will challenge your system with the sugar. You will also see this half sheet of paper. You only have to complete the top half, so you can just cross off the bottom if we haven't done that already. The top half just helps us keep track of who did the kit. And then there's also going to be some bubble wrap that you're going to see in the kit. Basically, you just put the tubes in here, and that helps to prevent those glass tubes from breaking. So for each test kit, basically the first thing that we want you to do is to collect 1 sample first. So this is what your sample collection mouthpiece looks like. This mouthpiece and the blue bag that's directly connected to it. You also have this port, which inside it has the needle, which you'll push the test tube on itself. So what you're going to do is you're going to blow into this mouthpiece, and you're going to wait for that blue bag to expand like a balloon. Once it has, then you can push the tube onto the needle, and you're going to hold it there for about 2 or 3 seconds, pull the tube off, and then you can stop exhaling. The big key is these tubes are vacuum sealed, so the minute you push this onto the needle, it's going to start sucking in air. So you want to make sure that this bag is expanded first before you push it onto the needle. Also, there is a little hole, most likely somewhere in this blue bag. It's okay that it's there. Don't let it spook you if you feel some air kicking back on you, or if you notice that some air is escaping out of this blue bag. That's perfectly fine. So I will show you a couple of examples of the sample collection mouthpiece, so that all kind of makes a little bit more sense. So what you're going to do is, I always have my tube kind of up here and ready to go, but I'm not going to push it onto the needle until the bag is expanded. That's it. Once you have pulled the tube off, you can stop blowing into this mouthpiece. So I'll do that one more time. Alright, so that's the sample collection mouthpiece. And like I said, you will always collect 1 sample first with each test kit. And you'll notice that by this little pictured setup of how they tell you to collect a sample. After you've collected your first sample, you're going to challenge your system with the sugar. So this is the lactose kit that I have right here. So here is the lactose sugar. You're going to mix this packet with 8 ounces of water and drink that all at one time. After that, then you're going to basically kind of follow the booklet in terms of the timing. So for this guy, they want you to wait an hour, take a second sample, wait another hour, third sample, another hour, fourth sample. There are no rhyme or reason to the tubes, but like I said earlier, they have the labels that you're going to put on the tubes so we know which is which. And on these guys, you're just going to put sample number 1 through 4. You're going to put the date and time of the sample collection, your name, and this is the lactose kit. All right. Next, we will talk about the fructose kit. This guy has a total of 7 samples that you're going to collect, but they're taken more frequently, so it actually takes less time than that first one. So again, you'll have that half sheet of paper, which you just can complete the top half. And same startup, you're still going to collect 1 sample first, as it shows you right here. And then second, you're going to challenge your system with the fructose sugar. So again, you'll mix this with 8 ounces of water, drink that. And on this guy, you'll see that they tell you to wait 30 minutes, collect a second sample, another 30 minutes, third sample, another 30 minutes, fourth sample. And then down at the bottom, they basically just say, repeat the steps. So there's a total of 7 samples for this guy, 1 in the beginning, you drink your sugar, and basically 6 more samples every 30 minutes. And again, on the labels, you're just going to put sample number 1 through 7, date and time of the sample collection, your name, and you're going to put a check mark next to the fructose. Lastly is the bacterial overgrowth kit. This guy also has 7 samples, and you will notice that the kit looks like somebody kind of altered with it, and that was us. Basically, we made the instructions mimic those first 2 kits that I just discussed, just to make it easier. So again, here's that half sheet of paper. You just fill out the top half. Same startup. So again, you're going to collect 1 sample first. That's what this guy's telling you. And then down here, it basically just kind of says, drink the solution. So on this guy, the sugar is based off of your weight. So your kit might have the sugar that's been divided into the separate little baggie. So you just mix all of the sugar that's in this baggie. It might take more than 8 ounces of water, so just use as much water as you need to get the sugar all dissolved, and then go ahead and drink that. And then you'll see down below it, it just says, collect a sample every 20 minutes until all tubes are gone. And we made this little chart kind of reflect that timing. So 1 sample in the beginning, you drink your sugar, and then you just take a sample every 20 minutes until again all 7 tubes have been used. Okay, the only other unique thing about this guy is on the labels, you'll see that they abbreviate this test kit to SIBO, and they do have it marked like that on the box here too, on the side. Also, the samples are stable for 2 weeks once they've been collected, so if you were to do them over the weekend, don't feel like you have to hurry and rush them in Monday morning or anything like that. They are stable for 2 weeks once the samples have been collected in the tubes. You can either return the kits right back to our office, or they are set up that you can pay postage and mail them. However it works out easiest for you, it doesn't matter to us. And also, we should have given you kind of a time frame on when we expect to have the test kits back. If the test kits are not returned in the time frame which we discussed, then they will put a deposit fee onto your account. Now that deposit fee doesn't get applied if you return the kits within the time frame that we discussed, and or if you call us and tell us that you need more time, then we'll write a note saying that you need more time. The deposit fee only gets applied to your account if you do not return the kits. That sheet of paper looks like this. And we're going to basically have you sign this, if you haven't already, acknowledging that you are aware of the time frame of when the kits need to be returned. That is it. I hope this helped. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to call that number that's listed on the bottom of the food list. Thanks.